The moment you turn inward, beloved, life is constantly moving, rushing, pushing you outward. You run after things, you chase dreams, you chase security, you chase money, you chase approval. And yet, the one place you never visit is inside yourself. The universe has placed an entire ocean within you, and still you are content to paddle in tiny puddles outside. When you turn inward, the outer chaos becomes quiet. You begin to hear the subtler rhythms of life, the hidden music that always plays beneath the noise of the mind. It is here in this silence that the doorway to abundance opens. I have walked many paths in my life. I have traveled through cities, met kings and beggars, seen riches beyond imagination, and yet I realized that nothing outside can truly satisfy. It was not in wealth, it was not in power, it was not in applause. True richness comes when you sit quietly and watch your own being. There is a whisper in that stillness. The whisper says, "You are already complete. You are already enough. You are already worthy." The universe waits for you to hear this whisper, to recognize it, to bow in gratitude. When you turn inward, you discover a strange power. You discover that you are not small, that you are not helpless, that your life is not determined by circumstance. You are a center, a seed of creation, capable of attracting life's abundance simply by being receptive. Most people do not understand this. They think abundance is something to fight for, to struggle for, to compete for, and the more they struggle, the more life retreats. It is like chasing the wind. But when you stop, when you close your eyes and breathe deeply into yourself, everything changes. You enter a dimension where the universe itself begins to move toward you. The very atoms of existence conspire in your favor. Money, love, opportunity, joy, they do not come because you asked in desperation. They come because you have become the kind of person who can receive them. This turning inward is not an abstract idea. It is practical. It is immediate. Sit quietly for a moment. Let your breath anchor you. Feel your heartbeat. Sense the quiet river flowing beneath your thoughts. Listen carefully. The universe is already speaking to you, but you have been too busy to hear. This is the moment to pause, to recognize that everything you seek outside is first available within. In that silence, a prayer is born, not a prayer with words, but a prayer with presence. And this presence, this inward awareness, is the seed from which massive abundance grows. I tell you this from my own experience. I did not seek wealth, yet life provided. I did not beg for joy, yet joy came. The moment you become inwardly aligned, the universe smiles, the universe answers, and the impossible becomes natural. Your life shifts from a state of chasing to a state of receiving. And it all begins with one simple act: turning inward, listening, and being still. It is here, beloved, that your abundance begins. The nature of money and energy. Beloved, many people approach money as if it were a thing outside themselves, a distant object to be captured, controlled, or conquered. They forget that money is not simply paper, coins, or numbers on a screen. Money is energy. It is life itself condensed into a form that the human mind can recognize. It moves, flows, and shifts just like life does. When you resist it, when you clutch it with fear or obsession, it flees. When you approach it with freedom, openness and respect, it dances toward you. In my own journey, I learned this not through study but through experience. I never sought money with desperation, yet money always found me. This is because abundance is not given to those who chase. It is given to those who align with life's flow. Many live in fear of poverty, scarcity, and loss. They believe that life is a struggle and money is a prize to be won in a battle. And indeed, in such a mindset, life becomes a battlefield. Yet the moment you understand money as energy, everything changes. Money becomes a reflection of your inner state. If your heart is tight, money cannot enter. If your mind is restless, money slips through your fingers. But when you cultivate inner openness, generosity, and trust, money becomes an extension of your own being. It is not separate. It is not a stranger. It is a companion, a friend who arrives naturally when the conditions are right. I have observed this in many seekers who came to me. Some were brilliant, some were struggling, yet when they learned to let go of fear, when they allowed life to move through them without resistance, money arrived as if by itself, not because they prayed desperately, not because they forced the universe, but because their inner energy became aligned. The universe always responds to the quality of your being, never to your words alone. Money is drawn to life that is vibrant, flowing, and unblocked. It cannot enter a mind filled with worry, suspicion, or greed. There is also a paradox. Beloved, those who pursue money purely for the sake of money never feel satisfied. The mind demands more, the heart remains empty. But those who focus on presence, on joy, on understanding the subtleties of life, suddenly find that money flows effortlessly. It is the natural outcome of being in harmony with existence. In my own life, I learned to value experience, consciousness, and inner growth above material gain. Yet the world, in its mysterious way, provided me with all that was necessary. Abundance became not a goal but a byproduct of my being. So, dear friends, remember, money is energy. It is the mirror of your inner state. Do not chase it. Do not fear it. Become free, become playful, and allow life to flow through you. When you respect its nature, honor its flow, and align your energy with openness and gratitude, you discover that money, like life itself, is not scarce, it is infinite. It is always ready to arrive when your being is ready to receive. The prayer of receiving, beloved, the prayer that opens the door to abundance, is not one spoken with the lips or repeated like a mantra learned from a book. It is a prayer that arises from your very being, a prayer that flows from the depth of your presence. Many people misunderstand prayer. They think it is asking, begging, pleading, but true prayer is the art of receiving. It is the art of becoming a vessel, a channel through which life can pour. When you pray in this way, you do not chase, you do not demand. You simply open yourself and say to the universe, I am ready. I have observed seekers from all walks of life. Some are brilliant minds, others are humble hearts, and in each the effect is the same. The universe responds to the sincerity of their inner state. When your prayer is infused with trust, with gratitude, and with love, it becomes a magnet. You see, the universe does not separate you from what is yours. Abundance is always present. The only obstacle is your resistance, your doubt, your belief that you are unworthy. The prayer of receiving dissolves that obstacle. It reminds you that you are already a beloved child of existence, deserving not because of effort, but because of your very being. The method is simple yet profound. Sit quietly, close your eyes, breathe deeply, allow your attention to settle in the heart, and in the silence, feel the words forming, not with the mind but with the pulse of your existence. I am open to the abundance of life. I am ready to receive. I am worthy of all that the universe offers. Repeat this in the quiet of your heart, letting it resonate through every cell, every breath, every thought. This is not magic. This is alignment. When you align your energy with the flow of life, miracles become natural, money becomes natural, joy becomes natural. I speak to you also of my own experience. I never sought wealth through prayer or demand. Yet when I allowed life to move through me, when I became still and receptive, abundance arrived without struggle. It is not the words that create, it is the presence behind the words. When your heart prays in trust, the universe leans forward. It whispers, "Yes, yes, I am ready to give. All that you need has always been waiting for you, but you must first make room within yourself." This prayer is not a temporary act. It is not a ritual to be performed only at dawn or in silence. It is a state of being. Every breath, every heartbeat, every moment can be a prayer. When you live in this state, receiving becomes effortless. You become a magnet, a channel through which life's abundance flows freely. Money, opportunities, inspiration, love, they are drawn to the vibration of openness and readiness. Beloved, remember this: the universe does not withhold, it waits only for your openness. The prayer of receiving is the key that unlocks the door. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and let the universe pour. The universe responds to your state. Beloved, many people misunderstand how life responds to them. They think that the universe reacts to their words, their plans, or their frantic efforts. But the truth is far deeper, far more subtle. The universe does not respond to your demands. It responds to the quality of your being, your state, your inner vibration, your mood, your openness creates the reality you experience. You may pray, you may chant, you may write your desires on paper, yet if your heart is filled with fear, doubt, or tension, the universe cannot meet you. It has no other choice but to reflect what you carry inside. I have traveled through life observing this mystery. I have met those who begged, pleaded, and worked tirelessly, yet remained in struggle. And I have met those who surrendered, who became still, who simply allowed life to move through them. And suddenly opportunities arrived, money flowed, and joy became natural. It is not luck, beloved. It is the law of existence. Like attracts like. Vibration attracts vibration. If your state is trust, gratitude, and playfulness, the universe leans toward you. If your state is tension, fear, or greed, the universe reflects that tension back to you. Consider this carefully. When you worry about lack, you are already creating lack. When you obsess over scarcity, you are programming life to withhold. But when you relax, when your mind quiets, when your heart smiles, life responds with generosity. I have seen it in my own life. I never chased wealth desperately, yet it came. I never demanded happiness, yet joy was always present. Life responds to my state because I learned the secret to live with inner freedom, to live with inner abundance. The state within becomes the magnet outside. This is why meditation, mindfulness, and self-awareness are not mere rituals, they are the foundation of receiving. When you cultivate an inner state of trust, peace, and openness, the universe begins to flow toward you naturally, and it does so with a precision and abundance far beyond what the mind can plan. Money arrives, ideas come, connections appear, but all because your inner being became ready, because you vibrated with alignment. Do not confuse action with state. Action without alignment is like pouring water into a cracked cup. It leaks away. But state without frantic action creates a field where life itself becomes active for you. The universe responds to the energy behind your intentions. If you approach life with anxiety and compulsion, your energy repels abundance. If you approach life with serenity and presence, your energy invites abundance. I tell you this from experience. Every time I allowed the inner door to open, everything I desired came effortlessly. Life is never cruel. It is never stingy. It only mirrors the state you carry within. So, beloved, take care of your inner garden. Water it with trust, nourish it with joy, and the universe will respond. Your prayers, your intentions, your desires, all will find their natural manifestation when your state becomes the fertile soil for abundance to grow. The doorway to massive money, beloved. Massive money is not a prize to be fought for or a treasure to be captured with effort and struggle. It is a natural expression of life, a reflection of your inner readiness, a mirror of your alignment with existence itself. Many people make the mistake of chasing it desperately, thinking that by running faster, by pushing harder, by worrying more, they will somehow attract abundance. But the more you chase, the more elusive it becomes. Money, like a gentle river, cannot be forced. It comes only when you open the floodgates of your inner being and allow life to move freely through you. I have seen it in my own life, and I have shared this with many seekers. When I stopped chasing, when I stopped demanding, when I simply allowed the currents of life to flow, abundance arrived effortlessly. Not because I prayed desperately, not because I begged, not because I controlled or manipulated, but because I created the space within myself for life to move. The doorway to massive money is always inside you, and it opens when you drop resistance, when you loosen your inner grip, and when you become ready to receive without fear or hesitation. Beloved, think of this. A river trying to flow through a tightly closed fist cannot move. The water escapes, it spills, it splashes elsewhere, but when the fist relaxes, when it opens naturally and effortlessly, the river flows unhindered. So it is with life and abundance. Loosen the fist of worry, fear, and attachment. Relax your mind, soften your heart, and say silently to yourself, I am ready, I am worthy, I am grateful. This is not a command to the universe. This is a statement of your own readiness. You are aligning your inner state with the flow of life, and the universe responds naturally. Many seekers misunderstand gratitude. They think it is simply a polite feeling expressed after receiving, but true gratitude is the magnet that draws abundance before it arrives. When you live in gratitude, your energy becomes fertile, and massive money, opportunity, and prosperity find their way to you. Life loves a heart that is thankful, that is open, that does not resist. And this openness, this inner readiness, is the doorway, the secret passage through which abundance enters. I tell you also from my own experience, abundance is never delayed. It only waits for your readiness. It waits for you to loosen the tight fists of your mind, to relax the barriers of your heart, and to become available. Life is always generous, always flowing, always abundant, but it requires a simple thing from you: surrender, openness, and trust. Massive money is not outside. It is the natural reflection of your inner state when you are aligned, free, and joyful. So, beloved, open your heart, let go of resistance. Invite life to move through you effortlessly. Relax into readiness, and you will see that the universe has always been waiting to pour. The doorway is open. Step through it, living the prayer every moment. Beloved, the prayer of receiving is not meant to exist only in silence or in a quiet corner of your room. It is not a ritual to be performed at certain times or repeated mechanically. The true prayer of abundance is a living prayer, a vibration, a way of being. Every breath, every heartbeat, every glance, every movement can be infused with it. Life itself becomes your prayer. When you live in this way, you no longer need to chase money or success. They arrive effortlessly because you have become a living magnet of abundance. Many people wait for a perfect moment to pray, a perfect hour to meditate, or a perfect state of readiness to receive. And in waiting, life passes them by. But the universe does not wait. It is always pouring. It is always offering. The question is, are you present to receive it? Are you awake in this moment? Or is your mind wandering in fear, doubt, and worry? To live the prayer every moment is to wake up fully to life, to become aware of the endless possibilities flowing toward you. Each moment becomes a seed of abundance, and each act of awareness becomes a channel for life's wealth, joy, and love to move through you. I speak to you also from my own experience. In my life, I did not separate meditation, prayer, or awareness from living. I walked, I spoke, I laughed, I loved, all with the same consciousness. And in this awareness, life itself provided. Money arrived when I was immersed in joy. Opportunities appeared when I was present. Inspiration flowed when I was surrendered to existence. Nothing had to be forced, nothing had to be chased. Life was abundant because I lived in a state of living prayer. Beloved, remember this: abundance is not outside. It is the natural reflection of your inner state. When your heart is open, your mind relaxed, your being joyful, the universe mirrors that state in every way. You see, life is intelligent. It responds not to words, not to plans, not to effort alone. It responds to your being. The state of your consciousness is the signal to which the universe replies. Therefore, make every moment a prayer. Let gratitude, joy, trust, and openness flow in every breath. Let each smile, each kind act, each conscious choice become a note in the song of abundance. And do not forget the magic of simplicity. You do not need complicated rituals or endless techniques. The prayer of living is simple. Be aware, be grateful, be ready, be present, be open. In this simplicity, life opens its doors. Massive money, opportunities, and miracles flow naturally when you live this way. The universe does not hold back, it only waits for your openness. So, beloved, do not treat abundance as a distant dream. Make it a living presence. Live the prayer every moment. Let your existence itself call forth the blessings of the universe, and you will see life will respond beautifully, abundantly, effortlessly. You are always worthy. You are always ready. All that you desire is already flowing toward you. Open your heart and receive